Get ready everybody, because it is time for my first time watch and 4K review of the classic Eddie Murphy comedy Coming to America. And fuck you too! Stay tuned. Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel. I am Ken, here today to review Coming to America, this new 4K release by Paramount. Of course, this came out at the beginning of December, so I'm about 3 months behind on this review, but just got around to watching this one today, and I thought I would save it, timing it just perfectly for the release of Coming to America, which should be on Amazon Prime today for all of you all to stream and to watch. So, but we're not going to talk about the sequel today because I haven't seen it yet. So we're going to get into this movie because this was a first time watch for me. I watched Trading Places a couple of months ago, or about a little bit over a month ago on this channel, and I reviewed it. So going back and revisiting some of these older classic Eddie Murphy comedies has been a real treat for me on this channel. But before I get into this actual review, guys, I want to go ahead and ask that if you guys have not yet subscribed to the Mid-Level Media channel, please go ahead and smash that subscribe button, become a part of the Mid-Level Media community. I do all kinds of great, amazing content on this channel centered around the world of physical media. I do Blu-ray hunts, I do physical media updates, I do reports, I do reviews, I do live streams, all kinds of amazing content on this channel centered around the world of physical media, movies, entertainment, you name it, I do it on this channel. Also, be sure to smash that like button for me. Hit that like button, just take a small second and hit that like button. You don't realize how much that really helps these videos, helps this channel grow, and I would definitely appreciate it. And also comment down below your thoughts on the classic Eddie Murphy comedy Coming to America. I'm pretty sure I'm the last person on earth that has not seen this movie. Everybody else has been doing first time watches recently, and it's just one of those super popular movies that everybody's seen. So I am very late to the party on this one, so I'm sure that you've seen it, so comment down below your thoughts on this film. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. And like always, I'm going to talk about the actual movie, then I'm going to go into a quick unboxing, then I'm going to talk about the visual and audio quality, and then I'm going to cover some of the special features just to kind of paint the overall picture of whether or not this release is worth it or not. So if we get to the end of it, if I recommend it, if I don't recommend it, I do have links for purchase down below. I have an Amazon affiliate link, so if you do buy it from that link, you will be supporting this channel. No extra cost to you, but it does support this channel for you to use that link if you like what I have to say here today. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. This is a 1988 film from Paramount Studios, directed by John Landis, who also directed Trading Places. Of course, he directed American Werewolf in London, Animal House. He was just such a prolific and diverse filmmaker. He made all of these different types of films in the 80s, horror films, comedies, thrillers, all kinds of stuff that this guy made, and he just almost knocks it out of the park every time. This is also starring Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, James Earl Jones, of course, Darth Vader himself, and then Shari Headley as Lisa, who is the love interest a little bit later on in the film itself. So getting into this movie, so like I said, I watched Trading Places about a month and a half ago. It was funny, I enjoyed it, but it really didn't resonate with me like I thought that it was going to. I thought it was going to be one of those classic comedies that I did love, that I did enjoy a lot. But I came away from that just feeling a little lukewarm. I thought it was kind of mediocre for just the hype level that had been built before I actually watched that film. This movie though, completely different. I enjoyed this one so much. To me, this is up there with The Nutty Professor, is like my favorite Eddie Murphy comedy. Beverly Hills Cop. This is a great comedy that I actually enjoy quite a bit. So my experience with Coming to America was way different than Trading Places. I enjoyed Trading Places for what it was. I thought this was legitimately great 80s comedy that I really loved a lot, and I could see myself returning to this one quite frequently and watching it. I did enjoy it that much. Now, the synopsis of this film, what this film is basically about, is Eddie Murphy is an African prince. He lives in Africa. He's kind of grown up in this rich lifestyle, this lavish lifestyle. He's getting bathed in the morning by these naked women. Yeah, this movie's rated R. There's a lot of full frontal nudity. There's a lot of cussing in this movie. He's getting bathed by women. He's getting pampered. He's getting treated. He's getting rose petals thrown at his feet in the morning. And he pretty much is kind of fed up with this lifestyle. His parents want him to marry this girl. that he doesn't love because he wants to be challenged intellectually. He doesn't want a girl that he can control. He wants a girl that he can kind of be challenged with intellectually on that level. And he goes to Queens, New York, because of course the title Queens, he thinks there's going to be a lot of queens there, a lot of potential for finding his new love interest. So his dad basically lets him go there, who's played by James Earl Jones, because he wants to give him a chance to kind of sow his wild oats. So he thinks he's going to go there to kind of party and screw a lot of women. He ends up, I mean, Eddie Murphy's motives aren't really that. He just wants to go there to find a wife, to find somebody that he can connect to on that level. So it's a really just fun story in that respect, because you do get this fish out of water scenario, and that's always creates some really comedic moments throughout the film. Him and Arsenio Hall go there together, so there's some really good moments between them. Their chemistry together, you know, Arsenio's more like, we need to go to the nice hotels, you know, we can afford it. But Eddie Murphy's kind of like, no, we need to slum it. We need to go to Queens. We need to stay in these kind of dingy places for the night and kind of mingle with the community and stuff a little bit. So anyway, the first 45 minutes of this movie, I am rolling on the floor laughing, like literally laughing my ass off at some of these moments, especially the scene in the cab when they're first driving out to Queens. And he says, what is it? The guy calls him a dumb fuck in this. He's randomly in the cab, like after they had been talking for a little bit. He just looks at Arsenio and is like, what is a dumb fuck? And I'm just, the way Eddie Murphy delivers that line is the way that only Eddie Murphy can deliver that line. It's absolutely fantastic, hilarious. And then of course the scene where he's standing on the balcony and he yells out, no, fuck you too. It's just so many hilarious moments, so many hilarious fish out of water moments. You know, they're walking through Queens, you know, with all these robes and gold and stuff hanging off of them. They put all their luggage in the street as they go up there, and they naively think that it's still going to be there when they get back. Of course, it's not. Everybody takes it, and then they go out there and they see everybody kind of walking around in the robes and the gold. Just some really funny moments and scenarios in this movie. And then and that's the first 45 minutes. It's more like slapstick, more like almost parody, spoof type comedy in those first 45 minutes. And then it kind of just transitions into this nice transition. It's not very jarring or anything, but it kind of transitions into this more traditional rom-com once he meets the character of Lisa, and they kind of develop their relationship. She's already seeing somebody. So once they start developing their relationship together, then it kind of turns into a more sweet kind of comedy or romance type film. I thought they had really good chemistry together. Like Eddie Murphy's just great with everybody in this movie. One thing though is it's during this time that the comedy does kind of take a backseat to more of the story and just the relationship angle of it and the romance. So it's not as funny in these moments. It's still good, but it's just not as funny in these moments as it is in those first 45 minutes, which honestly pack quite a big punch. But one thing that's really cool to see is James Earl Jones. So I only know James Earl Jones for voicing Darth Vader and Simba from The Lion King. So actually getting him to see him in an actual acting role, to see him perform, was really cool. And he's really great in this movie as the father. He's really endearing as this character. He has a good relationship with Eddie Murphy, his son, and they actually have a really sweet father-son dynamic in this movie that I quite enjoyed. So also you get the Eddie Murphy kind of, I guess, was this the first time that he did that? I don't know. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but playing the multiple roles, you go into the barbershop, he's different characters. He's not every character in the barbershop, but he's also playing kind of like a preacher character as well. Not really a preacher, but he's like the preacher of that black movement rally or wherever they go to in the middle of the movie. So he's playing multiple characters, and I wonder if this is the origin of that. Is this where that started, or was there another movie where he did this? Because he didn't do it in Trading Places or Beverly Hills Cop, and both of those came before this one. So let me know in the comment section below if he did that before. But as for the movie, guys, I got to give this a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed this movie. It's one of those classic comedies that I can see myself going back to over and over again. So a 4 out of 5 for the movie on this one for sure. So let's go ahead and get into the unboxing of the actual 4K release. All right, everybody, welcome to the unboxing portion of this video. And right here you see this amazing, beautiful cover art for Coming to America. You got the 4K Ultra HD at the top. You have this little silver banner, the 4K Ultra HD plus digital. Right there you have the title. You have the HDR right there, which this is not a sticker. This is included on the cover. Right here, first time on 4K. I really like this sticker. I like the style of it. So this is an actual sticker that you can peel off, but I'm not going to. Yeah, just really awesome artwork on here. Right there, flip it to the side, we got Eddie Murphy, Coming to America, the 4K Ultra HD right there. This nice image of Eddie Murphy, the Paramount logo. Let's go ahead and flip it, guys. You got the synopsis up here at the top. You got Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall. You got some other images from the film right there. We can zoom in on the special features really quick. Right there at the bottom, you got some of the specs. So go ahead and take it out of the slipcover right here, guys. We have this regular disc, and again, another release that has this kind of weird, awkward packaging with the actual case, because you have the 4K Ultra HD, and then you also have that on the actual artwork as well on this release, which is kind of weird. Collateral did the exact same thing, so I guess it's a Paramount thing. So right there, same kind of artwork. Same spine, same reverse, only you have the casting list, so I'll go ahead and zoom in on that. Let's go ahead and open this up. This digital code has been redeemed already, given away right here. So we do have the disc, which I actually really like this disc work right there. This kind of, on first glance, this kind of looks like blood splatters, but it's actually rose petals, so which is actually a really funny moment in the movie. So let's go ahead and get back to the visual, audio, and special features portion of this review. All right, guys, so coming back from the packaging and the unboxing, so I give the packaging a 4 out of 5. So I think that this cover art is absolutely phenomenal. Other than that, there's really nothing special about the packaging of this, just your standard slipcover. And again, I don't really like how they double up on this 4K on the actual case. So pretty much on the back of the artwork alone, which I think is incredible, this gets a 4 out of 5 for the packaging. So moving on to the visuals, guys, I'm going to give this extreme high marks, and I don't know if this is the first time I've given a 5 out of 5 for visuals, but the visuals get a 5 out of 5 here, and I'm going to tell you why. It's just in the first like 15-20 minutes of this movie, the African setting, it's so many vibrant colors. The walls are all painted. I only can compare this to, and it's a complete out of left field comparison, but Suspiria, when I reviewed the 4K of that one, you can just really notice the paints on the walls and the different wall colors. In 4K, they just pop so beautifully. And yeah, this is a really vibrant, colorful film. And even beyond that, you know, when you get to Queens, everything looks great in there as well. The cinematography is excellent. Just the close-ups on their face, you can really see that detail in their faces. And I really had nothing bad to say about the 4K transfer of this. I think it's one of the best that I've seen since I've started reviewing 4K discs. So for the visuals, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5, which is very high marks. As for the audio, a 4.5 out of 5. I think the audio is really incredible. A little bit here and there where I noticed some hiccups, but beyond that, like, I'm going to give it 4.5 out of 5. I think it's really spectacular as far as the audio. So special features wise, guys, this has a ton of special features. There's an actual sit-down interview with Arsenio Hall and Eddie Murphy. Of course, there's a making of documentary. There's character building, the many faces of Rick Baker, which is another thing I forgot to mention. Of course, John Landis is in this movie. Of course, you got Rick Baker involved as well. From American Werewolf in London, their team up. So Rick Baker did a lot of great work in horror, but he also just did a lot of great makeup work in the 80s as well. And this was one of them, just making up Eddie Murphy and with all those different faces and stuff in this movie. And I think he also worked on The Nutty Professor, if I'm not mistaken. So he was behind a lot of these Eddie Murphy transformations. And of course, he does a great job in this. So yeah, a lot of really good documentaries, interviews, theatrical trailers and stuff. So I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. I don't think it's perfect. I don't think it knocks it out of the park. They probably could have added a little bit more to this, but it's pretty close to perfect. So I do give it a 4.5 out of 5 for an overall score, guys, of a 4.5 out of 5 for this release. Now, I'm not exactly sure how much it is right now on Amazon. I do have that link below, but I absolutely 100% recommend that you buy this. If you are a fan of Coming to America, if you are a fan of this classic Eddie Murphy's comedy, I guarantee you that this is a must-have for 4K collectors, for 80s comedy collectors, for Eddie Murphy collectors. This is an incredible 4K release that I absolutely recommend. So with that, guys, we are going to end this unboxing 4K review, first time watch, whatever you want to call this, all in one video. Again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like this video, please like this video. Also, comment down below your thoughts on Coming to America. I sure would love to hear them. Turn on all bell notifications for future videos, and we'll see you next time.